Hello everyone, Miss D here. We just allocated all of our resources. So I want to be able to show you on the Gantt chart actually what that looks like, okay? So if we go to our View tab and we go to the Zoom group and we zoom in entire project, we can see, and I'm just going to close this up, that all of our tasks have allocated resources on them. Okay, so if you click on any task, I'm just going to click on it, any task, you see that project will actually go to the task that you clicked on. You can also see that you have allocated the resources here under resource names. All right, so the next item on our agenda is to create a holiday for the project. Now, this is a way that you can make sure, I just want to make sure you're able to see the Gantt chart. Um, this is a way, if you say to yourself, what do I need to do next? I need to allocate a holiday for the project. It tells you within your reasoning what you need to click on next. So because you're allocating a resource, a holiday, I'm sorry, because you're creating a holiday for the project, what you're going to do is you're going to click on project. Now, I hope that makes sense, because the hardest part about this midterm or about project in general is just knowing how to navigate in the software. Okay, so we're going to change working time. So we're going to click on that command. And we're going to go down and we're going to scroll down to July 4th. We're going to click on July 4th in the calendar, and under name we're going to type in holiday. Then we're going to click out, and we see that this holiday is from 7/4/18 and it finishes on 7/4/18. But on our midterm worksheet, it says it must go out for 5 years. So let's make sure that we set an exception day for 5 years. So click right back in to holiday. We're going to go to details. Once you click in holiday, it enables the details button. So see, it's disabled. Click right in. It's enabled. We click on details. Now we know that this holiday is every year, okay, starting on July 1st, and it's going to end after 5 years or 5 occurrences. And we're going to click OK. And we see it starts 7/4/2018 to 7/4/22. And we click OK. And we see that project has allocated July 4th as an exception day holiday. So let's go back and check that. We're just going to click on change working time, and we're going to go down to July 4th, and we see that July 4th is green and an exception day is green. It's a non-working day. So we're going to click OK. So we know that is correct. So what's happening is it's pushing out dates, okay? So our next step in this particular worksheet is to create a reoccurring task for a staff meeting. And the reoccurring task must go ahead of, just close this up. Okay, ahead of or before the manuscript received. This is manuscript received task, so ahead of that is the acquisition task. So we're creating a task, and the task is going to be staff meeting. So we know we have to click on the tab that says task because we're creating a task. Okay, and we're going to go to insert because we need to create a task. We're going to click on the task command and go to reoccurring task. Once the reoccurring task information box comes up, we're going to call this task meeting, and the duration is 1 hour, not 1 day. It's going to be weekly. We know it starts on Monday, July the 2nd, 2018, and it's every Monday. And we know it's going to go out for 9 weeks. So it says 13, we have to make sure it says 9. And we're going to say OK. And we see, if we open this up, we see that we have 9 staff meetings for 1 hour, and it's every week. All right. Now, our next step is to allocate resources to the staff meeting. So we're going to go to resources. We're going to go to assign resources, and we're going to hold our control down and click on all resources except for travel. Release the control button on your keyboard and click assign. And we can see that we have allocated resources to the task staff meeting. All right. So the next step we're going to do, I just want to roll this up. You didn't have to roll it up, but I'm going to roll this up. All right. The next step is we're going to set a deadline date on task 14. So we can go down to, let me just roll this up again, to task 14. We can go down to it and double click on it to bring up our task information box, okay? And then we see deadline. We need to make sure that task 14 will end on no later than August the 22nd. And I can tell you right now, there's going to be a problem, because if I click on task 14, which is already allocated, let me just get out of this, which let me click on something else, and then go back to task 14 so you can see what I'm doing. Clicking on task 14, and right now I'm on task 18, so I'm clicking on the Gantt chart for task 14, and you see it goes to task 14. So when I look to see where does this task end, it's going to end in September. So I know when I'm making a deadline date for this task to end on August 22nd, there is going to be a problem. But for this midterm, I just wanted to make sure that you know how to set a deadline date. So I'm double clicking task 14. It brings up the task information dialog box. I'm going to deadline, and I'm going to say this needs to end no later than August the 22nd, 2018, and I'm clicking OK. And my little green arrow is there. That's how I know that I have set this for the deadline of August 22nd, and I do have a little box telling me that this goes past that particular deadline. And that's okay for this particular midterm, but I did want you to know that. Now, on task 2, this is what I said on this particular worksheet, but that was my mistake. I should have said task 13. On task 13, you're going to add another resource. You can see that Dan is the resource that is allocated to this task, but we need to add Gwen Duncan, and this is how you add another resource. You go to Assign Resources, and you just click by holding down the control button, click on Gwen Duncan, and then you say Assign. Okay, here we go. Let me try that again. That was task 13. Assign. I'm going to hold down. I'm sorry, you didn't need to hold down the control button, because Dan is already assigned. Just go to Gwen Duncan and say assign. There we go. And close. There we go. And that's when you get your little, what I call a caution button, and you want to make sure that you are keeping the work the same, but you're reducing the duration. Okay, and there you go. All right, and I'll see you in the next lesson.